such for being here. My name is Kat and I make houseplant videos here on Good and Planty. If you just happen to absolutely love this video, please consider liking it, commenting, subscribing, or follow me on Instagram. All of these things help me grow my channel like a plant. It is fall, it is October, it is my favorite month, not just for my birthday, but because Halloween is hands down the best holiday of the year. I am super excited to jump into the fall spirit with my fall favorites. I am fully dressed for the mood. Let's just jump into it. I'm gonna talk about 5 of my favorite houseplants this fall. They're very, very cute. I'm actually super excited to share these. So, first up on my list is the Rapidophora De Cursiva. Wow, this plant has been absolutely amazing me. I got her this summer at a farmer's market and have been absolutely stunned by the growth. She is currently still in her 4-inch nursery pot that I bought her in, but she could definitely use some soil refreshment and maybe even bumped up a pot size. However, she is super, super happy. These leaves are ginormous and I love them and they look fantastic. I do have this runner right here because this runners tend to happen when the plant isn't getting a super great amount of light, so they kind of want to run away and get to a good light source so that they continue to push out leaves. I'm definitely to blame for that. She is under a skylight, but quite a few feet away from the ceiling, kind of shaded out by the Monstera deliciosa she is under. I don't blame her for this. I do want to put her near some slightly stronger indirect light eventually, but until then, she is doing pretty good. I absolutely love the leaf shape and size of this plant. I love that this one has some fenestrations along with the slits. I kind of put off purchasing this plant for a while since it was so expensive for a minute, but the prices have definitely started to come down. I got this 4-inch size for, I believe, like $15, which is pretty good, at least by me in Philly. She is quite a bit drought tolerant, so I love plants that are flexible with me and my lifestyle. She has been a 10 out of 10 plant so far. I love doing this. Okay, next up, I want to sprinkle in some spooky vibes. Let's talk about this Dashidia Ovada. And this is, I believe, one of only a handful of Dashidia in my collection. Through all of you, I've learned that Dashidia and Hoya have a lot of commonalities. When I have been receiving some gifts from Hoya heads out there, you guys very often throw in a Dashidia for me, and I'm so happy to get to know this genus a little bit better. Has been going really well. First of all, just love this pot. We need to give the pot a second. I think it was from Trader Joe's a few years ago, and whatever plant was originally in there definitely died. If you are new to my channel, I like to put little cupcake toppers in my plants because it just looks like a little bat is flying around there. She is in her original nursery pot in here. You can kind of see she's a little tricky to pull all the way out, so I'll let her rest. She is still in spag, believe it or not, and I am getting a bit of new growth despite her not being in soil. I just keep these spag lightly moist all the time. If it gets too dry, it can be kind of bad for the roots because they can dry up, break off, and then the leaves aren't able to suck up the moisture and nutrients they need. I don't want to push off repotting her for too long just because I do want to make sure she is getting nutrients from a soil base, and I'm not fertilizing the spag water that I'm using. Once spooky season is over and I tuck the skull away, I will probably put her in a 3-inch plastic nursery pot, probably for Dashidia, and see how she takes that. But I've absolutely been into her venation and leaf shape and color, and yet again, very easy care. This is in pretty low indirect light. There is some light coming in, but not a whole lot, and she has been a trooper, still putting out new growth. She doesn't dry out super fast and isn't incredibly needy, which again I want to emphasize is the direction I'm taking my collection into. I want very easy care plants, so all of these are easy care. Next, let's talk about a big one that I don't talk about a lot on my channel. which is bad on me. Let's talk about the ZZ plant, which I feel horrible about how much I overlook this ZZ plant, to be honest with you. I think I got her because they are obviously marketed as low light tolerant plants, ones that you can kind of put in the harder to decorate with plants corners of your apartment. So that is also what I did with her. She does get a little bit of dappled light, but it is fairly indirect and leaning low light. These plants don't love that. They don't thrive in that. However, they can tolerate it. And the exciting part is that she has new growth on the way, which doesn't always happen with her since I don't keep her in super optimal conditions. Again, if you want to see your ZZ absolutely take off, then stronger, bright, indirect light is the way to go. They can actually grow fairly quickly. However, for being in slightly compromised conditions, she is still putting out new growth once in a while, which is very, very exciting. And on top of that, I love that they are not super needy when it comes to watering. I'll only water these plants when they are dry. That is one of the most important aspects of their care. Of course, if you're keeping them in brighter indirect light, they will need more water because they are getting the sun, they will dry out. In lower light conditions, I probably water this plant maybe once a month, and it is in an 8-inch pot right now. It's a big 8-inch, but it is an 8-inch. So that's the deal with her. Absolutely I love how shrubby these plants are. And I have her next to my TV stand in my living room. She just really brightens up this corner that not many other houseplants could tolerate. The proof is in the pudding. She is still doing well. She's trudging along, so nobody yell at me. I will say, as I'm recording this, we have left retrograde. I'm not into astrology like that. I don't know what I'm talking about, but I, without knowing retrograde was over, felt a weight lifted off my shoulders. Pieces of my life came together. I was in a good mood. And I asked one of my astrology friends, hey, is this retrograde thing over? And she said yes. And I just wanted to take a second for all of us who have survived. We are amazing. Things got a little spooky there for a sec. All right, next plant I want to talk about. Don't yell at me, please. Y'all got a little saucy on the plants I regret video. Which, fine, it's a controversial video. We're houseplant people, we have strong opinions. But I'm just warning you, I know that this plant needs a water, okay? Watering day is tomorrow. She will get her water. But I have this Syngonium Philodendron Silver Sword here with me. And she is thirsty. You can tell she is thirsty because these leaves are very soft and droopy and a little bit like wavy. That's a sign that she is dehydrated because the water isn't being kept in the leaves. That's okay. They are fairly drought tolerant. Once I water this plant, she will bounce back. You just don't want to push it to this state frequently, otherwise they will probably suffer a little bit of leaf loss. She is a favorite this month because I just got this shiny new leaf. I have a new leaf on the way. And she has officially acclimated to my home since one of you lovely good implanters sent her to me. And watching her thrive and become a comfy addition to my houseplant collection has made me overjoyed. I have her placed in a little plant hanger over a doorway, and I love the way she sticks out of her little pot. I just genuinely love Philodendron so much. They are typically very easy care plants. Like I said, this is a drought tolerant plant. Don't push it. But it's always better to underwater than overwater is my typical saying. And then on top of that, they like bright indirect light, but are a little bit flexible with you. So I do use that to my advantage when placing Philodendron around my home, this one included. I think these plants were like hot plants for quite some time, especially during like 2020. I think now that they become a little bit more regular, the shine around this plant, the magic around it has dimmed out a little bit, but I just want to bring our attention back to how gorgeous this plant's color is. The sheen, the shine, the silver, it's stunning, and I think it makes a beautiful contribution to any collection. Give it up for the new growth on the way. And that is plant number 4. Last plant we have on our little list, it's in another little festive pot. We have a pumpkin from Trader Joe's again, I think, and it's being repurposed. I love how this Hoya kind of looks like the stemmy part of a pumpkin, so it, I think, really goes well together, especially if you're looking at it more from a top angle. I just really wanted to talk about this Hoya. I just spilled soil everywhere after cleaning. Anyway, Hoya Shepherdii, giving very string bean vibe. I think that the color of this specifically, and even the shape, okay, forgive the tendrils that kind of fried a little bit. I did some acclimating because she was in a prop box for quite a bit of some time. So she got a lot of like tendrils and very happy growth while it was in that high humidity environment. Now that I'm acclimating her to the rest of my home where the humidity and moisture isn't as controlled, I did have a little bit of the plant dry up, but that's just part of acclimating the plant. She is happy, I promise. What I was gonna say is I really think that this is more on par with the spooky theme going on. The leaves are a little bit like creepy crawly long, and the color, this dark green color, is so gorgeous. Kind of goes with my nails a little bit. My broken overgrown nails. This Hoya is great because you can squeeze the leaves very easily, and if you look closely, if I squeeze, there is literally no give, so she is full of water. So that is plant number 5. And there you have it. Those are all of the plants I am super obsessed with this fall. Thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I will give a shout out real quick to my Bad and Planty Halloween merch line, available until October 31st. Hit the link in my bio to get to my merch shop, or just go to goodandplanty.store if you want to check it out. Please do, I think it's really cute. Please like, subscribe, comment, notification bell, all that good stuff. I hope you have a lovely fall, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!